So this is a continuation of my monologue, and what I was saying before my memory chip ran out was that life is full of surprises and ironic sort of things that happen that you never ever would expect coming out of left field, you know? And that's what makes life so interesting, that people who seem to be one thing are actually different than what you have been led to believe or expect. And you know how it is. Sometimes people that are cantankerous and curmudgeons, well, you know, then suddenly something happens and you're in a tight spot and they have compassion on you, you know, and they help you out and they have mercy, you know. That's been my experience with police. You know, that actually these guys sometimes are really, really great guys, you know. And then sometimes you meet people who have a reputation for being humanists and very open-minded or tolerant, and then they treat you like shit, you know. And that's also my experience, really, seriously. So people are not predictable at all, you know, and that's what's interesting about life, because, you know, you can't read a book by its cover, and you really can't judge people by what you've heard about them or what you've read about them. You can only really see who they are by meeting them firsthand, interacting with them, and seeing how they react to you, and then you know, the truth is revealed. So that's what's interesting about going through life and doing things like what I'm doing right now, because you discover things that you would never ordinarily discover. And that is what makes life so interesting, you know? So, and here's a proof of it right in this video you're watching, that, you know, everybody I've met up here has been great, that works for the state in various capacities, you know. They don't care what I do or what I film. And it's only been the media representative up here with a radio show. Literally, here's the assembly room right there, and here's the media state radio room right here. New York Post is right up there. It's the New York Post Media Center. So the New York Post has actually kicked me out of their here they are. They're allowed in the office, but I'm not. There's a nice old-fashioned fan there. I found one in the garbage last year. I saved it. Beautiful old fan. They used to design things very beautifully before they made stuff with plastic, you know. Yeah. There he is. Hey. Here's the Times Union. Here's Cutler News. Coolier News. I never even heard of it. Coolier News. Here is Legislative Correspondence and Associated Press right here. I'm here. How you doing? How's it going? This is Associated Press? That's like a consolidation of all the media companies, right?
In a way,
yeah.
It's cooperative. Yeah.
It's cooperative. So you're the rep up here. Okay.
One of them. Yeah.
One of them? Huh.
Where are you from?
I'm from New York. Occupy Wall Street. I do the marches and
Great. Have a seat.
yeah. Well, I'm glad you're welcoming me. I just got kicked out of the radio show. What's your name?
Mike.
Can I film you? Is that okay?
Sure, if you want to.
All right. Mike what?
Vertanen.
Vertana?
Vertanen, yeah.
Okay, Vertana. Thanks for allowing me to film you. The other guy didn't want to be filmed for that radio show. What's his name anyway? I don't know.
Oh.
The Post guy.
Dicker? Fred Dicker?
Fred Dicker, I guess.
That's
I don't
his
know.
name, I guess. Anyway.
So
What are you doing up here?
Well, we're up here on an expedition to see what state government is all about. That's why I'm filming it. And so far I've been extremely impressed by the openness up here. just how nice the people are that work for government, and how open it is. I mean, I could just wander around and look at the bowels of the machine up here, and nobody seems to care, which is really nice because it proves our democracy is still sort of not a police state, and everything is open to the average citizen that comes around and just wants to explore. I haven't been up in Albany for like 30 years. You know, I used to take a Greyhound bus. No, it was Adirondack Trailways bus up to Lake Placid area. We used to change or stop here in Albany, but that was back in the 70s, believe it or not. So I haven't been up here in a long time, and I never actually got to walk around the state capitol. I just saw it from a distance out the bus window 30 years ago or more, 35 years ago.
So did you check in across the street at Occupy Albany?
No, I haven't been there yet. No, because we were running late because they had a detour in the highway coming in here, and we had some trouble getting across the river and blah, blah, blah. But anyway, we made it. We got here on time. I'm with some other people, and they got on the radio show, but I didn't because I got kicked out. Yeah. I got kicked out for filming the guy with grenades on his desk, which I thought was pretty funny, you know.
So are you guys just up visiting? Or
Yeah, we're just visiting.
You up to see somebody on purpose?
No, well, that radio show guy, I guess, you know. And here I am talking to you. I'm up here. I don't know what to expect 1 minute from the next, you know. But it's been an adventure. It's a field trip, you know. And then this will go downtown. I mean, downstate to New York City. And the people will watch it and see what state government's like, because most people are like me. We never come up here. We never ever walk the halls of state government. And of course, the city government down there is totally closed. You know, the city hall there. Forget about it. The amount of security down there is unbelievable. Right opposite the Brooklyn Bridge exit there. You know, you can't do what you're doing up here. So what I like about up here is the state government is a heck of a lot more open and friendly and natural and Republican than New York City government, where the building is behind police barricades and fences, and you know, and you can't get past them. You got to go through, you know, God, you probably have to make a appointment or something. So anyway, we're up here.
Are you camping in Zuccotti Park?
I personally am not, but I do go there every day and sort of show the flag. I'm going to give you a paper. I'm going to give you the newest editions of our paper. I'm right here. Yeah. Wait a minute. I'm talking to this guy, and I want to give him some papers, okay? Because he's a nice guy, so he deserves, you know. Yeah. Hey, you've earned this, and believe me, it's hard to get this paper. It just came out 2 days ago. And for some reason, they're not really distributing it too much. Maybe they're just letting out dribs and drabs. But I know the guy who's actually going around the park and distributing it. This is the newest edition. Came out 2 days ago, and they've spent like 3 weeks doing it. And it's beautifully. The graphics are beautiful. Those are actual signs, some of which I've seen on cardboard and board there on the sidewalk. So those are actual reproductions of signs. And then inside are new designs, and I think the whole paper is designed to be taken apart and you post up. You cut it up with scissors. There's some scissors, you see, to suggest how you cut it up. That's the ass of the Wall Street Bull, by the way, at the butt end of Broadway there. And so this is actually a work of art. And, you know, as a memento of this movement from the very beginning of it, because we're only 2 months into it, 8 weeks, this is going to be someday a collector's item. I'm sure of it, because it's so, look at that. Look at the colors and the amount of time that went into producing it, you know. So I'm going to give you a copy. Why? Because you actually had the decency to be nice to me, yeah? Unlike the other gentleman in the other room with all the grenades on his desk. Listen, and here is volume 3, but it's just been reprinted every day. They put out a whole nother stack of it. This is actually dating back about, you know, towards the end of October, maybe October 25th or something. But anyway, I'm going to give you one of these too.
Thank you.
So you just got a link. And also, because you've been so nice, I'm going to give you one of my shirts, which similar to what I'm wearing, same design but a little bit different color. Okay, so you hit the trifecta there, and thank you for talking to me. And here's some literature. You might want to check that out. And
So are you guys coming back on Saturday?
I don't believe so. What, next Saturday? What's going
It's
on?
coming Saturday.
Listen, here's an article from the New York Post, and I give these out. This is about Bank of America trying to shift. This is from the New York Post, October 21st. They're trying to shift 55 trillion, that's trillion, not billion, in derivatives over to FDIC insured bank accounts somehow. So that if everything goes bust due to, like, perhaps the sovereign debt crisis in Europe, or maybe the bubble in China will pop and send shockwaves around the world. If everything goes to hell and all their bets suddenly become worthless, well, guess what? They were insured by the FDIC. So what happened is the FDIC got wind of this, and the Bank of America was cooperating with the Fed, the Federal Reserve Bank, to pull this off without knowledge by the media. And the FDIC got wind of it. And it says here, the discussions about Bank of America move have created some tension. Tension is an understatement between the FDIC and the Fed, with the Fed at one point accusing the deposit insurer of leaking Bank of America's moves to the media. Yeah, they did, and God bless them for it. And thank God, finally, the FDIC
What's up, man?
bureaucracy. I'm just busy talking to them. Could you wait a minute?
How are you? We met.
Yeah. And so here's another article from the from the Wall Street Journal, and this article is dated July 9th, and it's about statistically impossible high rates of return by our representatives in Washington, D.C. And they're required by law to disclose their investments, and they find they're beating the professionals on Wall Street, like almost by 2-1. And obviously they're trading on inside information based on legislative bills in committee that are not widely known. So here's another article. So what I do is I just give articles like these to people and let them draw their conclusions. And last but not least, a little pamphlet on the Fed. The United States, it's actually a private banking cartel. Very depressing. But anyway, this is a little tiny. You probably know all about this, so I'm just giving you the literature, okay? And again, I really appreciate your welcome. You're acting like media should be, which is open like the state government employees. And I really appreciate you being kind and civil and not cursing me out or throwing me out of your office like the other gentleman across the hall that works for the New York Post did. So again, I really appreciate it. And I look forward to returning. And I think this will go on YouTube and be on the website. And you are going to shine. Okay?
Thanks for stopping by.
My pleasure. Thank you. Take care. Okay, and this is the press room. All right. Hi, can I come in? Is that okay?
Sure, come on in.
Thank you. Can I film? Is that okay? Can I ask you some questions? Can I film you? Do I have your permission?
Yeah,
I don't want to intrude or anything.
you're right.
Okay. Just as long as I get permission. Why are these cards framed? Are these famous hands that people...
Yeah, years ago, they recorded with play cards.
Oh, okay. And so when one really beat the other, they would sort of immortalize it forever? Yeah? That's cool. That's nice.